Late evening, the nation is just not done reacting to the steepest price hike of the decade yet, and there are already hints of related price hikes thrown in abundance, with political parties apparently doing their bit to bring back the air of economic stability. The country is brimming with happenings by the second. We will bring you all the updates during the next 30 minutes as you're watching Headlines Now with me, Linda Hercules. But first, as usual, it's the top headlines. Political parties up the ante, demanding rollback of hike in fuel price. Auto drivers burn holes in commuters' pockets. After protest, Uttarakhand and Kerala reduced tax on petrol to lessen impact of the steepest price hike. Rupee finally recovers marginally after a week of downfall at rupees 65 now against the dollar. CBI Special Court charges Rajesh and Nupur Talwar with murder and destruction of evidence in the Arushi murder case. Narendra Modi reaches Mumbai conclave after Nitin Gadkari's AD and Modi critics Sanjay Joshi quits. Jagan Reddy applies for anticipatory bail ahead of CBI questioning. News in detail. A shortage of diesel was reported from several parts of the city yesterday as oil companies struggled to meet the demand following a snag reported at a refinery in Mangalore earlier. A snag at the CPCL refinery here also added to the woes. Top officials at Hindustan Petroleum said that there were enough supplies but added that it would be some time before the backlog was filled. They also said that the problem would persist till the end of June. The state's diesel consumption has risen from 4.7 lakh kiloliters in January before the power cuts were introduced to more than 5.4 lakh kiloliters in April.
டீசல் எங்கேயுமே கிடைக்கல. காத்தால டி நகர்லேருந்து மயிலாப்பூர்லேருந்து அந்த சைடு எக்மோர்லேருந்து எல்லா இடத்துலையும் தேடிட்டு வந்துட்டோம். இது வரைக்கும் டீசல் கிடைக்கல. காத்தாலேருந்து வண்டி ஒரு சவாரி பார்க்காம டீசல் தேடுறதா வேலையாகவே இருக்குது எங்களுக்கு. நாங்கள் தாம்பரத்துலேருந்து வரோம். இங்கேருந்து தாம்பரத்துலேருந்து கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 7 பங்கு வரையும் பார்த்துருவோம். ஒரு பங்களோட டீசல் கிடையாது. காலையிலேருந்து பங்கு ஒரு 5 பங்கு தேடின்னு இருக்கும். 5 பங்குலையும் டீசல் கிடைக்கல சார். எதனால் இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணுறாங்க ஏது பண்ணுறாங்கன்னு ஒன்றும் புரியல. பெட்ரோல் தான் விலை ஏறிச்சு. நேற்று டீசல் விலை ஏறப்போகுதுன்னு ஸ்டாக் பண்ணி வச்சுருக்கானுங்களா என்ன அவசியம் ஒன்றும் தெரியல சார். ரொம்ப அவசியம் இருக்குது எங்களுக்கு.
The government may go ahead and hike diesel and LPG prices as early as tomorrow, according to CL's essay. Oil companies have already raised petrol prices by 7 rupees per litre yesterday. The government's move is also expected to save the crude subsidy bill as well. Opposing the steep hike in petrol prices and spiraling prices of commodities, the NDA has called for a nationwide bandh on the 31st of May. NDA convener and JDU President Sharad Yadav said that all the partners of the opposition alliance have been consulted in this regard. Rejecting the government's argument that the hike in petrol prices has been done by petroleum companies as pricing of petrol stands deregulated, Yadav said that it was an eyewash. The JDU chief accused the government of being a total failure in checking prices of essential commodities. Petrol prices went up by a huge 6 rupees 28 paise plus local taxes at midnight, the biggest hike in 10 years. The opposition is threatening to launch a big agitation and the government's own allies and friends are pressurizing it to roll back the hike amidst fears that LPG and diesel prices will go up next. Mamata Banerjee protested strongly, saying that the decision was not discussed with the government's allies, even in parliament, which was in session till Tuesday. The DMK's chief, Karunanidhi, also says that he was not consulted before the hike. And the Samajwadi Party too has asked for a rollback. It was an angry set of people who lined their vehicles up in serpentine queues at petrol stations last evening to get a cheaper tank full before midnight.
Government should not increase the prices, otherwise we would conduct all India protests and we will continue the protest till we get the government to roll back these prices.
And so what are you planning, the kind of protest you are planning, sir?
We already, today there's a hartal in Kerala. The Left Democratic Front has called for a total hartal. In different states we are having different protest actions.
Opposing the petrol price hike and the prices of commodities, the NDA has called for a nationwide bandh. Sharad Yadav, NDA convener and JDU president, said that all the partners of the alliance have been consulted.
ये देश में अभूतपूर्व तेल के खास करके पेट्रोल के दाम जो है वो 7.5 रुपये बढ़ा दिए। और पार्लियामेंट जैसे ही हम छोड़े हैं, हमारे पीठ पीछे ये देश को पता भी नहीं चल पा रहा, बहस भी नहीं हो पा रही कि ये इतनी बड़ी क्यों, इतने 7.5 रुपये इतना बड़ा जंप क्यों लिया गया। और सरकार जो है वो हाथ खड़े कर रही है कि अब वो तो बाजार के जुग में है। इसलिए भारत बंद का हम लोगों ने फैसला किया है, फैसला करना चाहते हैं। और जो तारीख है वो तत्काल आपके पास आ जाएगी, क्योंकि वहां से भारतीय जनता पार्टी यूनाइटेड नेशनल फ्रंट के जो अध्यक्ष हैं अडवाणी जी, वहां से तारीख का अनाउंसमेंट करेंगे।
Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee has said that the steep hike in the price of petrol is a decision taken by oil firms who have the jurisdiction to do so, given that petrol prices are not regulated by the government.
Yesterday I told that it is the decision of the oil marketing companies. Petrol is a deregulated.
Very, very difficult decision taken by the oil companies. Everybody knows this fact. Oil companies are absolutely independent to take their own decision, and it is their decision. Everybody knows that dollar is going up, the value of rupee is coming down. Situation has compelled oil companies to take this decision.
There is widespread the agitation from the people, and our allies also have been having reservation on increase in the price of petrol. It is there, but the situation is like that, and we'll have to see that the oil companies have to survive. They should not run into losses, and we should not kill the public sector organization.
Our party demands this hike in the price of petrol must be withdrawn forthwith. There is no justification for this increase. It has to be rolled back. Our party, along with other left parties, have decided to intensify the campaign against this price rise.
Meanwhile, the Indian Oil Corporation has defended the price hike, stating that though it was a tough decision, they had resorted to the extreme measure as all other options were exhausted, adding that they too are hoping for the prices to come down.
In these 2 months, 1 month and 23 days up to 23rd May, we had already lost, Indian Oil had lost 1,056 crore, and the industry has also lost approximately 2,400 crores in these 50 odd days of this year. And this was something, if we had waited for more, because every day almost 50 crores, 47 to 50 crore rupees, we were losing on petrol alone. So that's something on which we don't get compensation, and because this is one of the product which is a free product for which the oil companies have to decide the prices, and we are not entitled for getting any support from the Consolidated Fund of India, from the upstream companies. So the choices were very narrowed, and we are hoping that in future the prices do come down, and if we do come down, we will definitely add. We did in November, December, when the prices came down, we passed on the benefit to the consumer, and we are committed to do that in future.
Staying with the issue, the Congress-led UDF government in Kerala waived the sales tax on the latest petrol price hike, saying it was committed to bringing some relief to the people affected by the latest increase. Stating that Kerala would stand to lose 218 crores through the decision, Chief Minister Oommen Chandy said that the state had already asked the centre to reconsider the petrol price hike. The government has also decided to introduce austerity measures and to check the use of petrol by government offices. The Uttarakhand government has also decided to waive off VAT on the increased amount, providing a relief of Rs 1.87 per litre to the people of the state.
जहाँ तक उत्तराखंड का प्रश्न है, जो ये बढ़ी हुई कीमतें हैं, इस पे जो राज्य सरकार, इसमें जो वैट का हिस्सा होता है, जो हमको मिल सकते थे कई करोड़ रुपए, वो हमने जनहित में छोड़ दिए हैं। जो राज्य कर सकता है, राज्य मदद कर रहा है।
And the left parties today staged protests against yesterday's strike in petrol price. CPI State Secretary D. Pandian led the protest at Saidapet, while CPIM affiliated youth organization DYFI staged a protest outside the Indian Oil Bhavan. Around 25 DYFI activists were detained as they did not have permission to stage protests, the police said. Meanwhile, CPI has announced staging a statewide agitation on the 26th of May, condemning the hike in petrol prices and demanding its immediate rollback.
கருவையே அளித்தவர் டாக்டர் மன்மோகன் சிங்கும் சோனியா காந்தி. அதற்கு துணையாக நிற்கிறது திராவிட முன்னேற்றக் கழகம் இந்த தமிழ்நாட்டிலிருந்து என்பதுதான் வேதனைக்குரியது.
மிகவும் கடுமையான முறையில் ₹7.50 பெட்ரோல் விலையை உயர்த்தியிருக்கிறது. இந்த பெட்ரோல் விலை உயர்வை உடனடியாக வாபஸ் வாங்க வேண்டும் என்று இந்திய ஜனநாயக வாலிபர் சங்கம் இந்த நேரத்தில் வலியுறுத்துகிறது.
Predictably, auto drivers in Chennai promptly increased rates after the announcement of the hike in petrol price. When a number of petrol bunks across the city allegedly went dry and closed down, auto drivers even tripled rates in certain instances. However, the auto drivers quipped that they had no other option. More news on the other side of the break. Stay with us.